Dr. Urban here, and I want to talk to you about one of my favorite subjects. It's a little bit controversial because in today's age, certain agencies want to control how information or conclusions are presented, what's behind them, and for that matter, who has the patents and who benefits. But that's not what I want to talk about. I want to talk about stem cells. For stem cells are coming into their own. I don't think you're going to be able to hold them back. I'm not going to talk a lot about you going out and getting stem cells because you can do that. You can look in your city and there'll be places that have stem cells. I have no idea the validity of any stem cell that you put into your body. There are some issues, there are ethical issues, there are issues of rejection of tissues by your body. So why don't we concentrate? Well, first of all, stem cells are cells that can become different cells. For example, they're lying in the bone marrow or maybe in your fat cells, two typical sources, and they can somehow become heart tissue or uh, uh, pancreas islet cells to help type 2 diabetes. It sounds exciting, but how about we just concentrate on doing the best we can to activate, proliferate our own stem cells? That's the ones we have now. And that's what this video is about. Now, don't ever make any changes to your healthcare regimen without first consulting your healthcare provider. As I said, there's a lot of information and controversy, and I'm not able to comment on it one way or another. Some of the information I'm going to be talking about comes from Dr. Sears, who talks about stem cells. I'm very excited about it and the subject, and he is a leader in the field of new technologies. But anyway, what does Dr. Sears have to say about stem cells? Well, first of all, we can proliferate, activate stem cells, and what do stem cells do? Here's in a summary. Here's what I say about stem cells. They go where they're needed, and they do what they're needed to do, and that's a good thing. The first thing that I want you to consider is that blueberries, fresh blueberries, have the ability to stimulate your stem cells. Now, I'm going to read a portion here from Dr. Sears. It says that we're talking about research that shows that blueberries have an especially powerful effect on stem cell proliferation, making more of them, and the growth, here you go, of new adult brain cells in the hippocampal region. That's a region of the brain. That's a big yes. Boosting cognitive performance. Okay, think about things like brain fog, holding you back, stuff like that. That's a yay, boosting cognitive performance, and also counteracting cognitive decline. That's another yay. So isn't that nice? That's blueberries stimulating stem cells. Remember, um, now, how much blueberries? Well, they make extracts, and um, Dr. Sears talks about 500 milligrams of organic blueberry extract a day. I just take a certain amount of blueberries on a very regular basis, several times a week. I didn't used to like blueberries, particularly one way or another, and now I really do, and I can eat them frequently. The second item is green tea. Now, green tea, not just any tea, because teas are fermented, and dark tea is 100% fermented, and that diminishes the polyphenols, also known as catechins, in your teas, the fermentation, white tea, and so you want green tea, which is unfermented tea. And in addition, you want to probably stay away from milk products because it's been shown that the milk products combine with the catechins and take them out of play. So keep that in mind. There is a compound in blueberries, going back to blueberries, but it's veritol. In green tea, it's called EC e.g. CG. And that is a compound that stimulates stem cell production. How much green tea? Well, one bag of green tea typically produces 100 milligrams of the component, the catechins that you need. Dr. Sears recommends 200 milligrams a day. I am always concerned about food fatigue. In other words, if you take a lot of something, pretty soon you're not going to go want any of it for a long period of time. So I'm more sporadic with my green tea. It may have something to do with the fructose in blueberries, but I do green tea when I think about it, which is often, because I'm stimulating my stem cells. Now, other things you can do. Some people talk about raw, or not raw, but meat. Carnitine is a double amino acid compound, but the gain on they added it to blueberries and green tea, and they found out that it increased the load about another 10% of stem cell stimulation. To me, that's not a good enough reason, because there are reasons to limit your animal protein production, and I go with the green tea and the blueberry route. In addition, you can have vitamin D. Now, vitamin D is hormone D, and it does a lot of things, but let's see, I'm going to read the what is said about green tea. Excuse me just a minute. It's shown to stimulate the production and activity of stem cells that differentiate into mature oxygen-carrying red blood cells. And it increases telomerase. So that's a big yay. Vitamin D for lots of reasons. You know, I'm very partial to vitamin D. I just take it as a supplement. I also get some in the sun, but I want to go way above what the sun can provide. And I'm talking about in the order of 5,000 international units a day. I personally take 10,000 international units a day, and I'm not worried about vitamin D toxicity at anything close to that level. So there are other things you can do. Dr. Sears talks about a certain exercise of a certain type. He calls them his PACE program, and there'll be a link to that. They're freely available on his YouTube channel, and there'll be a link to that in the video description below. So think about your blueberries, your vitamin D, and your green tea, and let's get our stem cells working for us. It is a little bit controversial. The government's, I think, kind of holding back the enthusiasm and application, as they do in a lot of things. It may be for our protection, or it may be for their benefit. You'll have to decide. But anyway, I choose to stimulate my stem cells. What about you?